Live from New Bedford, ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel blog show of authenticity, inspiration, and realness, also of good times, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now, here's your host of the show. He is Big Beefy E. He is Mr. Shenanigans and the elder statesman of the Rant and Rave podcast, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1455 of the show. What's going on? This is a very special episode today. We're going to talk about my picks and predictions for NXT BattleGround Las Vegas 2024 coming this Sunday on Peacock, the PLE. And I'm going to be able to watch it, and I'm really excited about it because it's a huge deal because there are 6 matches on the card. 5 of them are title matches. In fact, every single title, with the exception of the Heritage Cup, will be on the line because the Heritage Cup was recently defended last night. As you know, Tony D'Angelo did retain the title against Damon Kemp of the No Quarter Catch crew. So, I mean, and to be totally honest, they should add an Underground Championship. That's my personal opinion. They should have an Underground Championship for NXT or for the main roster as well. And I think that'd be really a cool idea or something like that. Now, as you know, they are working with TNA and NXT, or NXT TNA, as Jordan Grace had in the back of her gear last night. When she faced Stevie Turner one-on-one. So if this is happening, man, let me tell you something. I want to see Joe Hendry in an NXT event, man. Let me tell you. Joe Hendry would have been an excellent addition. So yes, I believe in Joe Hendry, man. Also want to thank Zelina Vega for following me on X.com. I appreciate that because I did subscribe. I subscribed to her channel because I'm a big fan. Not only a big wrestling fan, I'm also a gaming fan as well. So I want to I'll give a shout out to Zelina Vega. Thank you very much. Very honored. Very, very honored. So, I got to get my game on still. I am considering doing Alien vs. Predator to celebrate the 30th anniversary since the game came out back in 1994. Also came out 30 years ago was Darkstalker. So that's going to be a little toss-up to see which game do I want to play. I'll probably play both. Who knows for sure? Like Alien vs. Predator one week and then another week possibly Darkstalkers. Who knows? So I'm really excited about it. So let's get going on the NXT BattleGround Las Vegas 2024. Like I said, 5 of the 6 matches on here are title matches, and very historical is the Women's Championship matchup. If you can't see it, I'll read it off. I'll totally read it off to you guys, so that way you guys can understand what the heck is going on. So. Here's the deal, okay? The NXT title will be on the line. This match got added last night as a result of Ethan Page officially signing on with NXT. That's right, All Ego Ethan Page will be challenging Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. So this is going to be a tough match to even predict a winner from. And historical NXT Women's Championship matchup, champion versus champion. As you know, Roxanne Perez is the NXT Women's Champion. She will defend the title against the TNA Knockouts Champion, the Juggernaut Jordan Grace. The TNA Knockouts title is not on the line. Just only Roxanne Perez's NXT Women's Championship will be up for grabs. So this is going to be. So Roxanne Perez is going to have to mentally prepare herself for battle. The North American title will be on the line in a triple threat. Oba Femi, the current North American champion, will defend the title against Wesley, the Comeback Kid, the Cardiac Kid, and Gallus' Joe Coffey. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll make a prediction of that matchup. And the NXT Tag Team titles will be on the line as Nathan Frazier and Axiom will defend the gold against the Good Brothers. That's the OCs, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So that's going to be a huge matchup. And this will be a ladder match to crown the first ever inaugural Women's North American Champion. It will be Sol Ruca versus Last Legend versus Fallon Henley versus Michin versus Jada Parker versus Kaylani Jordan. So these 6 ladies have a humongous opportunity. And last but not least, there's going to be an NXT Underground match as Lola Vice. We battle the MMA artist as Lola Vice takes on Shayna Baszler. It's going to be a huge deal. A lot of these matches are going to be very, very tough to decide because they're going to be great matches, no doubt in my mind. There is going to be some tough calls I'm going to have to make here, because there is a lot of stuff that could go down and anything can happen at a PLE event, especially in by the way, NXT BattleGround will take place at the UFC Apex in Nevada. That's a huge deal. As you know, TKO Endeavor and TKO are the parent company of the WWE now. And I got to tell you, it's going to be something else. All right, let's start off with the NXT Championship match. This is a tough call because Trick Williams just won the title. And this is his first title defense. I think he might keep it, but there is somehow Ethan Page. Ethan Page could end up winning this thing. So I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with Ethan Page. But I believe that Trick Williams will probably retain the title, but Ethan Page, I'm picking him to win it. All right, now this is another one. Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. Now, here's the upside. The upside of Roxanne Perez retaining the title, that will help her get her prepared for Heat Wave next month. And Julia, hopefully recuperating from her wrist injury, she'll probably be ready to challenge Roxanne Perez by then. But then you got the downside if Jordynne Grace wins the NXT Championship. That means Julia will probably have to jump through hoops to try to get Jordynne Grace. For that being said, I like to see Jordynne Grace winning the NXT Women's Championship could make serious history. So it's a history-making matchup. This is a tough one for me to decide. Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez. I'm personally going to go. I got to go Roxanne Perez. I think Jordynne Grace could help Roxanne Perez be prepared for someone as hard-hitting as Julia. So I'm picking Roxanne Perez to win the championship. Now the North American title. Oba Femi versus Wesley and Joe Coffey. Now here's where the fun really begins. Now, if NXT and TNA are going to work together, I wouldn't be surprised if let's say Joe Coffey's boys, his brother Mark and Wolfgang, get involved. I would not be surprised if the Rascals somehow find their way to Nevada and help out Wes Lee. As you know, Wes Lee does have history with Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. If you recall, Zachary Wentz was Wes Lee's tag team partner before, unfortunately, Zachary Wentz's ex-wife screwed up that career for him and making him released from NXT. I would not be surprised if Wes Lee's boys come back, come to NXT, return in Zachary Wentz's case, him and Trey Miguel helping out Wes Lee. He could end up being the North American champion. But then you got Joe Coffey. You got Gallus. The only person alone is Oba Femi, who's probably not afraid of anybody. I sense a lengthy title reign for Oba Femi in this case. I think Gallus and Wes Lee, along with the Rascals, could have a feud in a 6-man feud. So I think NXT Heat Wave. So I'm thinking Oba Femi to retain the title. Then you got Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus the Good Brothers for the tag team titles. This is interesting. This is interesting because the fact of the matter is that Frazier and Axiom are a heck of a team. And that could be another good situation. But then you got the Good Brothers, who have never been NXT Tag Team Champions. They've held the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They win the belts here. They become Triple Crown Champions as well. They'll join the New Day and the Street Profits to be the only tag team to hit the Triple Crown mark. So, but then if the Good Brothers win the belts, let's say ABC comes in and say, hey, we want a challenge for those titles. Work with, again, TNA, NXT collaboration. I see ABC being the newest members of the Bullet Club. I don't know if they are members of the Bullet Club anymore in Japan. The Good Brothers used to be original members of the Bullet Club. But I got a hunch that the Good Brothers, the OC, will be the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Now, here's the fun part. The Women's North American title in a ladder match. Here's what I'm thinking. Now, if Trick Williams retains the NXT title, I see Lash Legend, even though they could be a real life couple, get that title, and they can be the golden power couple that they are at NXT. But I'm looking at it. Jada Parker's got a future. So does Kaylani Jordan. Fallon Henley. So it's gonna be. I think to me, it's a cross between Soruka and Michin. And I think Michin's been there the longest. She's hungry for a championship. I'm going with Michin to win the title. Now finally, the NXT Underground matchup between Lola Vice and Shayna Baszler. This is a tough one to call. Both ladies are going to match each other with MMA-style moves. Shayna Baszler has been there, got the experience. She has the advantage. But don't let the booty shaking Lola Vice fool you. Don't let that booty shaking by Lola Vice fool you. Because she can go. I believe I sense an upset here. Lola Vice to defeat Shayna Baszler. So let's go. Let's run it down once again. NXT title on line. Trick Williams to defend Ethan Page. I think Williams might retain it, but I'm picking Page to win it. Because I think, in your first matchup, I think Page could make history, becoming the first ever NXT superstar to win the title in his debut matchup. That could be history in the making. Another history-making matchup, women's title on the line, Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. I believe that Jordynne Grace is there to help Roxanne Perez prepare for the hard-hitting style of Julia next month. If that's the case, I pick Perez to retain. If Jordynne Grace wins the title, it'll be an interesting situation, to say the least. The North American title on the line, Oba Femi, Wes Lee, and Joe Coffey in a three-way dance for the title. Femi retains, and you can see Wes Lee rejoining up with the Rascals to feud with Gallus due to the NXT TNA collaboration. But then the NXT Women's North American title on the line, Soruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Michin, Jada Parker, Kaylani Jordan. Michin is due for a championship. That's why I picked Michin to win. And then the NXT Underground, Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler. I'm thinking Lola Vice to win the matchup because I think she's going to surprise us. So these are my picks, just to let you know. If you can look at it, it's great. If you can't, I read them off to you guys. So if I go too fast, I'll write them down. Or I'll probably talk more about it tomorrow night on Rant and Rave. I will reiterate my picks there too. So just to let you know, Rant and Rave panel, Brandon, Jordan, if you watch this video, please be prepared for that. So I will. So that is all the time we have on this show. As you know as well, AEW Dynamite is tonight as the road to the Forbidden Door. It's on the way, folks. So there's that. I'm excited. We'll get right going with it. Thank you for tuning in for episode 1455 Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, door for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with A Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.